If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Immortality? I've heard nerds say like, oh, that would be a curse or something like that, but I don't believe that. That's BS. If I could choose anything, yeah, I'd live forever, for sure.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't marry Annie, my ex-wife. God, I doubt my younger self would listen to me because she's still smoking hot, but yeah, that's the advice I'd give, you know. I mean, we were high school sweethearts, and I thought it was going to be great, but boy, was I wrong. Oh, she's a nightmare, and now I'm stuck paying alimony. Lucky me.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is dying. I mean, duh, like, I don't want to die. I mean, not in any particular way. You know, people are like, oh, I don't want to drown or get eaten by a lion. Like, I don't care how I go. I just don't want to be dead, you know?
What was your childhood dream?
I had a ton of dreams as a kid. What I wanted to do changed all the time, you know? I mean, wouldn't that be true for just about everyone? Who spends their whole childhood focused on one goal?
If you could have any job, what would it be?
Sports commentator. I'm pretty sure you can only do that if you're like an ex-athlete, but if I could somehow get that job, I'd love it.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Shape-shifting. If I could shape-shift, I wouldn't have to work out and watch what I eat every single day. And I can still have this figure.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Start acting and modeling earlier. I was 9 years old when I started. Other girls had a huge head start on me by then, so I had to play catch up.
What is your biggest fear?
Getting a pimple. I've known people who have had one and they say it's awful. That's why I do a strict regimen of cleansing, toning, and moisturizing to make sure I don't get one. I heard it can happen to anyone.
What was your childhood dream?
I'm a huge Disney fan. When I was growing up, all I ever wanted to do was date a prince and live happily ever after. Then I grew up, and I realized how unrealistic that fantasy is. I've dated a prince, and they're not charming like in the movies.
If you could have any job, what would it be?
I want to design handbags and accessories. I've considered designing clothes, but I think accessories is my real passion.
If you could have any job, what would it be?
I don't want any job. The most valuable thing I have is my free time, and I am not willing to sell that time for an hourly wage.
What was your childhood dream?
To be a corporate executive, live in a big house, and make a six-figure salary. When I got older, I realized that a job like that would take up almost all my free time, and then taking care of a house of that size would take up the little bit of time I had left. Now that dream sounds like a nightmare to me.
What is your biggest fear?
Global warming and pollution. Humans are killing this planet. Nature doesn't fight back, so humans are the only ones who can save the planet, but we're the ones it needs saving from. So the Earth is pretty much doomed.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Drop out of school. A high school diploma is useless as an adult, and college is a waste of money. Just enjoy your childhood. You only get one.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Chlorokinesis. It's the power Swamp Thing has that lets him be one with plant life. I'd love to be able to communicate with nature on its own level. Plus, if I had a power like that, I'd really be able to help save the planet.
What's your happiest memory?
Well, that's a no-brainer. My happiest memory is the day my beautiful daughter Mallory was born. I had her in the hospital and everything. I mean, I was already in the hospital because I'd been bitten by a raccoon. And I suppose it would have been easier if I'd had a doctor present, but I got stuck in an elevator on the way to the maternity floor. There I was, with the raccoon I brought with me to get tested for the rabies. It got loose and I had to fend that off for a while. Even so, out Mallory came and life was perfect.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
I was a world record holder. I was the last known person to contract smallpox. For a week, somebody else did get it after me. I don't know their name. I mean, I don't really remember the week because I did have a terrible fever and a really itchy rash, but they say everyone gets their 15 minutes of fame, and that was mine.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
Absolutely, I would return a wallet. I mean, if I was ever lucky enough to own something as precious as a wallet, I would really hope that someone would return mine to me if I ever lost it.
What were you like as a child?
I was a hoop trundler. You know, when you get the wooden hoop and you run it down the street with your wooden stick. Oh, I was getting so good at it. I could go really fast and really far. I had to stop because I got rickets.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I sold furniture for a while. Then I ran out of furniture. Then I sold shoes for a while. Ran into a similar problem. Now I'm unemployed.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by placebos. Are you a hypochondriac? Ask your doctor if placebos are right for you. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home. The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Joe.
That's fine. My ex and her loser boyfriend would probably get the money anyways because our legal system sucks. So, whatever.
Let's start round 4.